Okay, this is the assembly of the train, which is fairly easy. It's mostly going to be inserts as we put pegs into holes and wheels lining up with holes for that. The one bit of a change will be the cow catcher up here, which we'll look at towards the end, and the lining that part up. All right, so to start, we want to create a new assembly. And when we create an assembly, we have to figure out which part we want to bring in first. Usually it's a center sort of piece that everything is coming around from. So we're going to place, and then you go to your folder with all of your parts. And we want to get the body out first. So I'm going to place that body. Once I've placed one, it of course wants to do another, so I'm just going to escape out of that. I've got this body. Now, to help this process, one of the things we're going to do is when we've selected the body here, if we right click on it, I'm going to come down to grounded. We're going to click on grounded here. When we click on grounded, what that means is the part can't move anymore, it can't go anywhere. And it's only that part, although rest will. You'll see in the browser over here that there's a push pin in that part showing that it is grounded. So let's put the wheels on next. So we're going to select the wheels, and we actually want 4 of these. So I'm going to put 2 on this side and 2 on that side. Doesn't matter that they are in a specific spot. Right click, escape, and I'm going to hook these on. Now what I want is to line up these holes with the backs of these and the holes on that. So under constrain, I'm going to look for an insert. And then we're going to select, and this helps if we scroll in a little bit, make sure you get the outside edge of that hole. And we're going to rotate it around so that we can see our parts. And it doesn't matter which wheel, I'm just going to select this one. But now here, it does matter that we get the right hole. I don't want to get on the other side. I want this hole right here. When I do that, that pops into place. I'm going to go OK. I'm going to turn it around and see. Now if I've done this right, this wheel actually will move on that because it's inserted there, but it's not constrained any other way. And that'll come in handy later on. So I'm going to put this peg down like that, because that will also come in handy later on. And I'm going to continue through with the rest of the inserts. And all of these will work exactly the same as that first one. And it doesn't matter which wheel you use, as long as you use one. And switch to the other side, put those in place, and I'm just simply clicking apply in between, and then I can keep working on that command there. Once I've got all 4 in place, I'm going to rotate that down on all of those because that'll come in handy. It could be up. They all should be pointing the same direction on the side. So if I did 2 of them facing the front, that'd be fine, or up would work as well. It doesn't matter specifically, just easier if they're all sort of oriented together. All right, so let's do the hitch magnet, and we'll add the hitch peg in a second here too. So the hitch magnet, and that goes on just like a wheel on the back here with a constrain and an insert. And then we'll get the hitch peg. Now this is the first one where it helps make sure that you see that there's a couple of different circles here. So I've got the one on the hitch magnet. What I really want is making sure that I have inside right up to the edge of that. It's a good practice to do. Oh, now did a mate instead of an insert, so I'm going to switch it to an insert. Try that again. That should work just fine. There we go. Now we're in good shape. All right. We're going to continue doing that with the others. I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the linkage arms and pegs. Yeah, actually, you're going to put two of those in. I'm only going to do one side. You do both sides. Make sure you do both sides. So we select the insert with that. Now on this one, you want to make sure that you grab in down low here. It can be either this big round or the interior one. I prefer the interior one on there, like that. And apply. Now as I zoom out on this one, what's going to be real important is I have to grab the right side of this, otherwise it won't work. I'm going to grab the far side of the linkage arm here because that's the inside, that's what we'll touch on the other wheel, and it lines those up, and you can see the wheels even adjusted a little bit. Now this is one of the reasons why we're going to do this, so that we could have them all line those wheels up. Because now when that linkage arm moves like it would on a train, both wheels move together. So make sure you do that on the other side and test it. They have the stack up top. And we'll put that in with an insert as well. Now it's possible on any of these inserts, oops. It's possible on any of these inserts that you might have it look a little bit odd. Now this one, I am going to choose the bottom here to go with the bottom in that hole. I think I had it on a mate. Try it one more time. Insert, bottom with the bottom. Now it's possible that it gets switched around and your part disappears or something like that. It's under solution here, kind of like the flush and the mate are similar to each other. Click apply. Now this last one can be a little bit tricky, and it depends from year to year how these are drawn, and I haven't checked these measurements. So we're going to kind of go at it blind and see what happens. We're going to place the cow catcher now. Now ideally, these measurements should all be good that we can line up these three holes. And we're only going to actually line up two, that's all we would need. And so what we want to do is we're going to constrain, still an insert. I'm going to do the outside there, and we got to make sure that we get up close on the top peg. And I really want to see it just in case. That middle top peg. We're going to OK on that. Now here's the problem. It looks like those measurements are a little bit off. If I look at this straight on, I can see the bottom of that hole, whereas this, we're not getting the bottom of that. Those pegs aren't going to match there. So what I need to do then is I'm going to undo this. I'm going to go back. There's a couple ways you can open up your cow catcher and delete this insert. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually line it up with the bottom here of the train body to kind of make this work out. So I'm going to constrain. I'm going to do a flush with the bottom and flush with the bottom of the cow catcher. And apply that. And that looks pretty good right there. Then we need a couple others. So I'm going to pull this over here and zoom around a bit because it can still move in and out. So I'm going to do another constraint. I'm going to do a mate this time with the front of the train. And zoom in here so I make sure I get the flat face of that. And okay. Now there's not a real simple other one to do here, but it can still go side to side. So I'm going to try here and check to see if maybe this were the measurement problems. Now I'm not going to constrain. I'm going to do an insert and see if this works on this hole and the corresponding peg on the side. I got to turn it around here. Right there. And that popped right over there. So the problem looks like it's probably the placement of the top hole of that peg. If you want to, you can do it for extra credit, you can fix that. Let me know and I can take a look at it. But as is, we're going to go ahead and click OK. We're all done here. Make sure you do the linkage arm on the other side. Oh, I did forget the pegs. I'm going to place those linkage pegs. Those are similar to the axles and the hitch magnet, hitch peg. Again, it's just insert, and it goes right in the hole there, holding that in place. So make sure you have all of those pegs in and the linkage arm and everything else. That is your assembly of the train body.